How we doing today, man?
What's going on, family? What's going on? I can't complain.
Yes, sir. Can you introduce yourself?
My name is Joe Brown, aka Black Phoenix, and I'm your welding coach, family. And today we are standing outside of the Metro re-entry facility inside of Atlanta, Georgia.
What are we doing here today?
Today they have their 6th graduation here at the facility. They're graduating these gentlemen who's getting back into the world, starting to get jobs and get themselves placed, and we're here to celebrate that this transitioning phase for them, and also here to present welding to them. So the brother that invited us here, he's over the 16 phase diesel, and we're partnering up with him to add welding to the program. So that way, not only can they learn how to do the diesel mechanic work and driving trucks, they can also learn the welding trade. So we came here to present that and also to support the graduates.
How important is it for people leaving this type of facility to transition into the real world?
Actually, it's very important, because when you get out, you need tools like truck driving, welding, carpentry, plumbing, HVAC. Those type of trades can really change a person's life and put them in a position where they don't have to do anything to get in a situation like this. They don't have to jeopardize their freedom to take care of their families. And a lot of times, a lot of these gentlemen are making decisions based on, how can I feed my family? You know what I mean? So a lot of times it's just the environment. So if we can give them another way to eat, another way to come up, I don't think we can. I really believe eventually we'll start shutting places down like this, because won't nobody be showing up. You know what I'm saying? Everybody be on something new. So that's our goal, fam.
So now you're here to introduce welding to these people.
Yes. My goal is to introduce welding to the facility, to add it to the program that's already going. We want to be able to have some type of package already going in the inside to give them some information, but just like you know and I know, welding is hands-on, so I can give them some literature, but we literally have to get their hands-on to get them to get the trade. So we're trying to start a process.
Right. So how long would they have to learn this trade before they can be certified?
So the goal is we're gonna start out with a smaller program, which is 8 weeks. We can get you certified in flux core welding or stick welding. You don't do both. A person can pick either one they're gonna do. So if a person wanna do construction, we can get you ready for construction in 8 weeks. If you wanna do fabrication and manufacturing, we can get you ready for that in about 8 weeks as well.
Are they going to be learning inside the facility or outside the facility?
It's probably gonna be outside the facility, but our goal is to have some educational material inside the facility to get them prepared. So it's like anything else. If you get the blueprints to the book, it'll make more sense once you get the tools.
Right.
So at least you have the blueprint to start getting your mind wrapped around the direction you're going. So once you do get free, we can hand you those tools and the process will be a lot easier.
Right. I know we already had this conversation before in your previous interview, but I just want to say this, like, once they learn this trade, how much are they looking to earn in their first year? So
just realistically, it all depends on the area, but we're gonna say at a low standpoint, we're looking at about, let's just say on a low standpoint, we're in Georgia, just say 16. And on a high standpoint, let's just say 25. So you're looking at a range from anywhere to 16 to 25, depends on what type of welding and where you're located at in the city of Georgia, because it's different areas and it depends on what you're doing. But minimum wage here is $7.25. So minimum wage in Arkansas is $11. So, so if you can change a person to jump over that hurdle, and man, I think that's a door opener. And that's just getting started. You know what I mean? You're just starting. So as you gain more experience, you make more money. But getting started after 8 weeks or 16 weeks, because we're gonna have 2 different programs, 8 and 16, that's a game changer, fam. It's a game changer. So I think that what we're going to introduce to the city of Atlanta, to the city of Union City, to College Park, Southwest Atlanta, East Point, our goal is to hit all areas and introduce the welding to help these young men really gain something that can change their lives, and they don't have to be in places like this. You see where we at? We're outside. This is a prison, family, and it doesn't matter where you start at. They starting here, but it matters where you end at. So you can take this experience and go anywhere, but you got to get started now. That's the goal.
Do they have to pay any amount of fees? Like, what's the price?
So right now we're still working with the prices, but we're believing that the 16-week course probably going to be between $4,000 to $5,000. and probably the 8-week course probably going to be around $1,800 to $2,200. So
Okay.
it's going to be around, it's going to be very affordable, and the price is going to be based on what we're providing for the students that actually signed up.
Right, right. Are they gonna get like their gears?
Yes, because we're gonna be buying their welding hoods, their jackets. The only thing we won't buy is their PPE as far as their boots and their jeans.
Right.
But their jackets, their welding hats, their hoods, the gloves, all of that will be inside of the package. So that way they ain't got to worry about that.
So once they get that payment in, they could get their old gears. Like
Yeah, you get that whole gear week. The day you put your payment, we give you your gear, so you be excited to bring in your backpack that next day to start welding. So that's the goal.
Well, Joe Brown, we just want to say thank you. Thank you for coming on again and giving this game out. Like you all see, we are at the Metro Reentry facility.
Yes, we are.
And we got your welding coach here. Don't miss out. And it don't even matter if you're not like in jail.
It doesn't matter.
It don't matter.
Nah, we're just here supporting this side because our goal is to hit all spectrums. We want to hit reentry. We want to hit coming out of high school, and we want to hit those who are going through unemployment and trying to find a different career. Whatever your space is in life, we want to be your coach. So y'all sign up and mess with us, man. We'll appreciate
Thank you,
it.
man. Thank you.
Y'all be blessed.
Yes, sir. So we're back from the where did we go today?
We went to the Metro Reentry Center in Atlanta, Georgia, downtown.
Right, right. And how was that feeling for you?
It was a great feeling, actually, man. It was a great feeling to be able to go in and be a part of that graduation. That was the 6th annual graduation there, where they graduate the inmates that's coming out, transitioning into the world, and they was getting from GEDs to trades, and even some even got degrees in there. So it was just an awesome program. To be able to witness it, and also knowing that I was sitting in those same seats with them. So it was just a special moment, fam.
Wow, wow. Now, we were talking behind the camera, and you mentioned to me that this was the first time that you were stepping into a prison since you've been out of prison.
Yes, it was.
How many years ago was that?
I got out of prison in 2006 after doing 10 years. So after spending a decade in prison from 16 years old to 26 years old, I was released. So today was the first day of me entering prison as a free person and being able to leave that same day. So I have to say it like that because I walked in and I walked out. And it was on a voluntary basis where I was literally given some information on a welding program I was going to present to the prison. And everybody that I spoke to there, even the warden and some of the educators there are excited about what we're going to do there. And it was just a blessing just to be a part of it. And knowing that I was leaving, you know what I mean? Knowing that I didn't have to stay, I didn't do nothing wrong. Knowing this time, if my mom was here today, made me feel like I made it, fam. That's what it made me feel like, fam. It was real emotional because I'm able to help people on a whole different level now. And I wouldn't have been able to do that if it wasn't for my mom, who came down while I was in prison and asked me a question: what do I think about welding? It changed my life. So today, being able to walk in there and walk out reminded me of that conversation. And it reminded me of the doors that's about to open. So, it's just real emotional, fam, because I didn't think I was gonna make it, you know what I mean? But I did. As many times while I was in there, I didn't think I was gonna survive. So to be here now, just turned 44 years old in March, fam, it's a blessing. It's a blessing.
So what's the plan? What kind of plan do you have for the inmates planning to, get out into the world? I know you want to, you already have your welding program for them, but what's the plan like?
So the plan is to be able to present them with a program, the same program that we're doing on the streets. We're going to bring it there, and we're going to bring it there in a shipping container.
Wow.
Where we'll be able to drop it off with an 18-wheeler and sit it on the compound, and we'll be able to have the classroom session where we're going through the literature and the book part of it, and then we'll be able to have the hands-on part of it, because when it comes to welding, you have to put your hands on it. So we want to be able to give them plenty of time to practice and learn the skill, because I was in there when I learned it. So if I could get out and do what I'm doing from what I learned in there, that's a example of what can happen. So just me being there, to me, gave them a lot of hope, knowing that, hey, the end result can be me and the brother Skid that introduced me to everybody. So the brother Kevin. So from him introducing me, and from him doing the trucking and getting out of prison and bringing me in to do the welding, it's going to be phenomenal.
Wow. I know this might be like I don't want to go back for you to kind of like relieve the experience again, but I got to ask you this question. When you saw the inmates in that uniform, seeing the correctional officers, like, directing them where not to go, where to go, just not having the freedom that, they should have. What did that do to you?
That reminded me of how easy it can be to be right back in that same position they're in right now. Like, the wrong choice can put me there. And again, so seeing that just made me humble, and to know that, I want to do things the righteous way. And I want to be able to not put myself in a position where someone can control and dictate my every move. And seeing that just reminded me of how slavery still exists in America, and that's how it exists in prison. So when those who do crimes, they get the right to, to do that to you, and that's slavery. And that's how a person can do that, by you giving your rights up, committing a crime. So if you don't want to be in slavery, don't do crimes, fam. There's many ways to make money. There's more than one way to get a bag, and a lot of times, the people that we think that is really eating, getting the bag, they really ain't. It's those that you don't even know. The average person you'll walk by every day. So don't get caught up in that. And I think the fact that now that we can present these trades to them, we can actually show them that. You know what I mean? Like, we can show them that, hey, here go two brothers that walk them same hallways, wore them same clothes, did them same years. You know what I'm saying? Did them years, fam, and came out and did something else. So it was just humbling to see, fam. It just remind me of how easy it can be to get back in that situation.
Wow. This is so inspiring to see that, like you mentioned, you spent 10 years in prison, and then you're out. Now you're going back, but you're not going back because you committed a crime. You're going back because you want to give back to the society.
Yes, because I want to break that chain. I want to break that recidivism rate, fam. I want to change that number. And today I was given some information that I want to share with y'all that I wasn't aware of. And I'm probably not quoted completely correct, but the number's going to be close. But I knew it was in the 80th percentile rate of the recidivism rate. And it says that if a person can get a bachelor's degree, that rate falls down to 5%. Fam, that's amazing. That's pretty much saying that education, knowledge is the way, fam. If a person get the opportunity to learn something to change their position, they don't have to do certain things no more.
Sure.
So it shows me that if you can get the proper education, and it just said a degree and a bachelor's degree. And I'm saying if you get a degree of knowledge, and it don't have to come from a college, but you got to get the knowledge, the skills, the knowledge. If you get the correct knowledge, it can change your life. And it don't necessarily have to be from a college, but if that's the direction that you want to go, pursue that, get that if that's what you want to do. But I would just say education. It showed me that education is the way to break that chain.
Facts. That's facts. So your goal is to make sure that, the people getting out of prison don't end up back in prison.
Yeah, most definitely, man. I don't want to see them back in there, and I don't want to give the state jobs. I don't want to give their families and their kids jobs, fam. And that's what we're doing. When they give us these 20 and 10 years and 5 years, we guaranteeing somebody a job for that same amount of time with straight benefits, and you ain't getting none. They can pay off a house, get a mortgage, all off of you committing that crime, fam. And that's just a reality of it. So just think that, fam, when you get that time, you make that choice, you just took care of somebody's family.
Dang.
They gave you 30, you just send somebody to college, family. Somebody else family to college. Why not send yours to college, fam? And I think that's what I'm trying to do. I want to break that chain, fam. We got to do something about this.
Okay, once more, I want you to talk about the welding program, the 8 weeks and the 16 weeks, because a lot of people need to hear about this. I feel like we're not doing enough in letting the world know exactly what they will be getting. I want you to go into it like in details. I know we're still working on it, but I want you to elaborate on it.
Okay, so I want to kind of explain to you more in detail on what we're going to be doing. So the goal is to have a 8-week program and a 16-week program. So in the program, the hours are only going to be 4-hour settings, and it's only going to be for 4 days a week. So that's Monday through Thursday for 4 hours. We want to have a 8 to a noon class, a 1 to 5 class, and a 6 to a 10 class. So that way, depends on how a person work, what your schedule is. You can still come, get your education, and still work your job without losing hours if that's an issue for some. For those who can pay and just go to school, then that's not going to be an issue. But our goal is to do 4 days a week, 4 hours a day. Now, we will have classes on Fridays and Saturdays, but those are going to be specialty classes. That's going to be for people who want specialty things like I want to learn pipe welding 6G. I want to learn TIG welding. I want to learn some fabrication. Some people that want to pay for specific things. And those classes, those courses are going to start off at $1,000 for a 40-hour setting. So that's 40 hours. Those specialty courses are going to start off at a 40-hour setting. And it all depends on what you're trying to learn, and we'll break those down, where it's not like you're being shoved the information to get it all at one time, so we can break those numbers down. But we're gonna have specialty classes on the Fridays and Saturdays, but our goal is to have the program 8 and 16 weeks. Now, in the 8-week program, the goal is to teach MIG welding and flux core welding. That's the wire process. And in manufacturing shops, fabricating shops, doing handrails, ironworks, gates, fences, things like that. You can always get good jobs with that. If you're doing heavy steel, a lot of fabrication shops that's doing manufacturing when it comes to girders, when it comes to beams, columns, different things like that with heavy steel, anything from 1 inch to 4 or 6 inches thick. Flux core is where it's at. And a lot of shops are doing it. We can do that and teach that within 8 weeks. And the goal is also to teach weld symbols, and then to make sure they know how to use the things like the arc gouger, things like the cutting torch, things that relate to that field. But we want to cater it to what's in the area. We don't want to teach things that a person can leave and can't get a job. So we want to make sure that we contact these people and have some employers ready to hire the people that's finished. So our goal is to build a relationship with some of the employers in the area that hire welders, see exactly what they want, get their WPSs, and help train people according to those so we can help them get a job. Now, in the 16 weeks, it's going to be more of a combination. You're going to get the MIG and the flux core, but you're also going to get the stick welding process and the intro to TIG. So in that program, you're going to get a chance to do TIG and to see if that's something that you like, but you can get the full course. You can pretty much get a combo course on that, but it's going to be an intro type of thing. But we're going to make sure we test in stick welding, uphill and overhead. So that's going to be 3G. You're going to get the opportunity to get certified in a 3/8 coupon and a 1-inch coupon. It's going to be up to the student's choice on which one they want to take. But you get the opportunity to pick whichever one. I would recommend a person take the unlimited one. That's the 1-inch, because that way you'll be unlimited certified. So you're going to get a certification that's going to be AWS certified. So it's not like a certificate, it's a certification. But it's based on you passing the test. And the test isn't a written test. It isn't multiple choice. It's you being able to go in the booth, put your hood down, and put your work ethics to practice, being able to put in a good weld to fill that coupon up. So that's the main thing. So in that case, with that being said, everything is hands-on, and you literally have to come in and put the work in. As long as you come in and put the work in, this program will be very rewarding for those who want to be a part of it. Our goal is to start. The prices are going to be, like I say, I can't step it in stone right now, but I know it's going to be at least around no less than $1,850 for the 18-week program. So that's going to be the limit on that. No less than that. Probably be a few hundred more. Depends on what all we add to it. And then on the 16 weeks, it's going to be $37.75, and it might be a little more. So it might end up going close to $5, depends on what we do, if we do a full TIG course. So we wanted to do the intro to the TIG just to get a person to feel while they're in there. But if we add a full TIG course to it, then it's going to be a little bit more, but it's going to be worth it though. So if you get the full TIG course, it'll probably be $5,000, but it's going to be TIG, MIG, stick, flux. So you'll learn all four processes and all 4 positions. So that's the goal, for a person to become a combination welder. But like I say, we don't know how we're going to do it yet. So we're going to keep it between $37.75, $5,000, depends on what we'll be teaching. So the goal is to get people certified. So you will leave with a certification. We are going to do a graduation with each class. So you also will get a certificate of completion. And for those who attend the program that's coming in on a grant, for those who complete the program, we want to try to have some rewards for them. So we're going to have different things, rewards we'll be giving to the students that complete 100%. So if a person completes 100% of the program, that's going to be a great reward. We ain't gonna tell you what it is because you got to complete it. But if that happens, it's going to be very rewarding. It ain't going to be something that's just off Walmart shelf. I'll just say that, you know what I'm saying? But we want to bless the person that attend, just to give them a reward for putting their dedication and time in.
Right.
So the main goal is to make it where a person can get a job, and we can teach you everything that you need to know, from blueprint, from cutting torch, from plasma torch, art gouging, weld symbols, and learning how to read a tape measure, just the basics. And that way you can be able to leave us and still learn and grow your intelligence and get more and more and more on the job experience. And, you know, become a journeyman to a master in the trade. So our goal is to keep that trade alive, fam. And we got to start. We got to start now. We got to start now. So someone asked me about the age. Honestly, this is a private program. So if a parent got a child that's 15, 16, and you want to pay for that child to come into the program, as long as you sign and pay for the child to come in, we don't mind teaching them. For those who want to come in on a regular schedule, it's like 18 and up. We don't give no cap to it. So if a parent come in and sign and says okay, then we don't mind teaching your child to keep him from going another direction. And honestly, getting it that young, they can still get part-time jobs, and they can build on their career as their age to get more experience. So you got to think, if you can start at 16, man, and you get that time in, by the time you turn 21, you can already have over 5 years experience. So, you know, it's a great thing.
Especially for like you just mentioned about the teenagers.
Yeah.
Like, like having 5 years experience in welding and you're just
Man, it's a
21.
game changer. Man, you know how much money you can make, fam? By the time you turn 21, you can own that new whatever you want to own. Like
Yeah.
literally, you can own it.
Legally.
You most definitely gonna be living better than your teachers. I'm gonna say that.
And
By
it's
the time
legal.
you turn 18 to graduate, you can be pulling up with something better than they is. So all I say is, let's put that energy towards something like welding, where you can literally make a bag. Like my mom told me, she was so fascinated when she seen that commercial and it said $100 an hour, fam. I can't lie, I was telling the brother today when I first got that first job, it was $8 an hour, but it was okay. I got that 100 though, but you have to start from somewhere, fam. And so I would say there's many opportunities in welding, and how much money you can make is all up on you. It's all based on your work ethics.
What kind of money are they looking to earn once they get a job?
Realistically, just to give you some realistic numbers, and this is after 8 and 16 weeks. Now they have longer welding programs that can get you more because they're gonna teach you more extensive stuff. We're trying to get people the process, so this is more of a fast track program. So you're realistically looking at, I would say on the low end, in my personal opinion, 40,000. I would say on the high end, around 60. You know what I'm saying? So you can look around, anywhere between 40 and 60,000. Getting started, depends on what direction you go. So I would say on the high end, it's more construction, because construction pay more. So if you're outside, you tend to get paid more money, so it's more money. But you can still make a lot of money in them fabrication shops, just doing 10 hours overtime. I had did a small analysis on if you do 10 hours of overtime, making $19 an hour, that's your bag right there. That's over 50 grand a year, fam. You know what I mean? And that's $250,000 in 5. You know what I'm saying? So, and that's all if you learning something in 8 to 16 weeks, fam. Some people going to college to make the money that you're making, getting started, and they got debt, college debt. So I think it's worth it.
Wow.
I think the return on the investment, your ROI, is a no-brainer, because you can spend that money and always make money. It never runs out. So just imagine if you can spend 4,000 and that 4,000 always grows every time you go to the safe. That's what it'll do when you learn the skill of welding.
There you have it, people. You want to tell people the email to,
Yeah, make sure for those who want to send us a message to get on the waiting list. Right now, we're accepting emails. You can just email yourweldingcoach@gmail, and that way we can save your number. Someone will email you back. The number to contact for those who are in the Georgia area and they want to contact, I will have that soon. I'm actually getting another number for the area. Also, you can check me out on the social media platforms. It's just Your Welding Coach, all platforms, Your Welding Coach. Check out my YouTube channel, family. Our goal is to grow it. We want to hit that 100,000 this year. I want to be able to sit here and hold that plaque and not no coffee. You know what I'm saying? So y'all help me do that, fam. We want to get that plaque this year. So our goal is to be able to bring that much awareness to welding. So if we can get 100,000 subscribers, that means that's 100,000 people we just touched and introduced to welding. And right now we got over 50,000 views, so over 50,000 subscribers. So it's really growing. I appreciate all the love and support, those who've been liking, sharing, leaving comments, engaging with the channel, because all of that helps. So feel free to reach out. Like I say, email us. Coming soon, we'll have more information. Give us some time. Our goal is to have it open for sure in August, by fall when schools start back, but maybe before then. So stay in tune. And also our goal is to have the school at the prison. So it's gonna take a little longer process than the one that we're doing now, but it's gonna be a go. So y'all stay in tune, and we're really gonna be trying to change people in the inner city.
And I just want to say thank you for all you're doing for the community. Thank you for, giving back and just using your experience that you've gathered all through the years to pay back to the community. And I know this is going to change a lot of people's lives, take people away from, bad roads. Like if you could catch the kids young, you don't have to worry about them going to jail.
You ain't got to worry about that. And then that's what we're giving them right now. And by them seeing me with the social media following, knowing I was in prison, knowing that I'm in here literally teaching hands-on, that alone influenced them that, hey, not only can I do this, he's also willing to come back and teach us how to do this. And I don't have to do that, but I want to do that. You know what I mean? So that alone let them know that, hey man, let's listen to what he got to say. So I think especially those in that type of situation, I'm really going to be able to curve that narrative for them because they know where they at already. And sometimes when you get some people that's out here, they don't really understand yet. But when you there, you just sat down and thought about your time. And if you got some time to really, really change some things, you'll take advantage of it. So we really hope that we can really change some lives in the Metro Reentry Center in downtown Atlanta, Georgia.
Right. Okay, one last question. What is the address for the school? Not the one at the...
Okay, for the school,
Yeah.
that's gonna be in Union City. The address is 7415 Oakley Road. That's Union City, Georgia. That's 7415 Oakley Road. Also, for those who are needing rooms, we got rooms available with discount prices, so we can get you a room if that's what you need to come down when you are come down doing your training, your learning, and they got it at a four-day space, so we can get you a 4-day space at a good price. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you ask about that as well.
All right, there you have it, people. Make sure you send emails to get on the waiting list, and you would be given much more information as the school kicks off. And just get yourself ready to change your life, to get a skill that you're going to keep eating off of forever.
Forever.
There you have it. You have one last word for the people?
Man, the last thing I want to say, fam, is for those who are hesitating to do what they feel like they've been called to do, this is the year to go on and make your mind up and do it. Don't wait. We don't know how much time we have. Time is very precious. So don't get caught up in trying to chase the money. Chase your purpose. Find out what it is that you're here for. Everybody got different purposes, but I guarantee you, once you find it, you'll get a better enjoyment out of life. Y'all be blessed, continues to prosper. Hog on, fam.